Well, the last of the Angola 3 prisoners is spending his first weekend at home with family here in New Orleans. Good evening. I'm Gina Swanson. After more than 40 years in solitary confinement, that's the longest any prisoner in America has been held in isolation, Albert Woodfox was released Friday. Today, Jennifer Crockett talked to the attorney who fought to get him free. Jennifer, what did this lawyer do that others couldn't?
Well, Gina, Billy Southern says he didn't give the state a moment's rest, constantly filing court documents in the years since Albert Woodfox was granted a new trial. But the attorney actually gives most of the credit to Albert Woodfox himself, saying he never gave up hope that he would one day be free.
You know, this is a guy who's been incarcerated for this crime longer than I've been alive.
Albert Woodfox grew up inside Angola.
So at Angola at the time, inmates were being routinely raped, pimped out, abused by other inmates. This was a survival of the fittest type situation.
Woodfox trial attorney Billy Southern says his client was known to challenge the system.
And he was someone who was not going to tolerate inmates being treated like garbage just because they were poor and just because they were black.
In 1972, he was serving a 50-year sentence for armed robbery when prison guard Brent Miller was found dead inside the prison dorm. He would spend the next 4 decades alone in solitary confinement.
So, you know, the question of well, what actually happened, you know, that's a question where after 43 years, it's hard to get to a definitive answer on that. But what we know is that Albert wasn't there.
Southern says several witnesses confirm Woodfox was in the cafeteria having breakfast at the time of the murder, but others told a different story. Fellow inmate Hezekiah Brown testified that he witnessed Miller's murder, saying Woodfox was holding the guard, while other inmates stabbed him a total of 38 times. Back then, Brown was serving a life sentence at Angola for multiple rapes. But while Woodfox sat in solitary, Brown enjoyed another side of Angola,
where he actually had his own house. He had his own house, he had his own door, he could come and go as he pleased. He was given a specific provision of a carton of cigarettes a week. He was given a birthday cake. This is someone who got all of the benefits that you could possibly imagine that an inmate would want to press them to say whatever anyone wanted them to say. And the worst part of this is that all of that was hidden from Albert Woodfox, and all of that was hidden from the jury.
In 1986, Hezekiah Brown was pardoned by Governor Edwin Edwards. His testimony helped convict Woodfox in 2 separate trials. Both convictions were overturned by federal courts. Southern says he fought every piece of evidence the state presented until finally newly elected Attorney General Jeff Landry agreed to a no-contest plea as long as Woodfox waived his right to appeal the conviction. With time served, Woodfox was released Friday.
The fact is that the system also long tolerated his wrongful imprisonment, and worse than that, the system long tolerated and actually sanctioned and created a situation where he was kept in solitary confinement, treated in a manner that was essentially worse than any other prisoner in America and maybe any other prisoner in the Western world.
That cell that Albert Woodfox lived in for more than 40 years was 9 feet by 6 feet. That's about the size of a small bathroom. Gina?
Now, Jennifer, you talked about the Attorney General, Jeff Landry. What did he have to say about Woodfox's release?
Well, Landry did release a statement saying that Albert Woodfox, by his own plea, stands convicted of the homicide of Brent Miller. In accordance with that plea, he was sentenced to 42 years of incarceration and given credit for time served. In that statement, Landry also said Miller's family supports the deal. Gina?